So the big question everyone is asking is what the heck is happening in the real estate market? And it's different across Canada. But here on Vancouver Island in the Comox Valley and the Campbell River area, we're going to talk about the numbers from last month. We're going to look at the statistics. We're going to look at the headlines and what can be misleading to you as the consumer. In this month's report, my name is Heather Clifford and I'm with eXp Realty here in the Comox Valley and beautiful Campbell River area. And I've put together a presentation to help you understand the real estate market today. So welcome to the July 2024 report on the real estate market in the Comox Valley and Campbell River area. I can tell you that there's certain types of real estate that are always going to be coming on the market. And those happen to be people that are downsizing, probably because they're going into a home in a lot of cases, or they're going into a patio home, getting rid of the big house. And then, of course, there are the probate sales. Those are the sales that are called estate sales. And I work with a lot of them. So if you have any questions when it comes to power of attorneys, probate sales, estate sales, or just working generally with seniors, as I do have my certificate as a senior real estate specialist here on Vancouver Island. So let's get started with today's report. So Jason Yoakum from the Vancouver Island Real Estate Board, who's the Chief Executive Officer, says that the market is behaving differently than during a typical summer, and the expected boost from the recent interest rate cut has not materialized. Now, we've just had last week another quarter point cut from the Bank of Canada, and we are still waiting to see if that is going to take effect on the market or not. What he says is buyers and sellers seem to be holding back and waiting for some sort of indication that it is a good time to make a move. I personally do not agree with that. I think the buyers are the ones that are sitting on the fence right now and they're waiting. And I have two reasons behind this. Now, sellers are not sitting back. We have a record number of homes coming on the market for sale, and that is going to be proven in the numbers I'm going to share with you. But the reason that a lot of those homes are just sitting and not necessarily the buyers just sitting on the fence, it is because across Canada, the real estate market generally is about the same in certain sectors. So a lot of homes in the bigger cities, the metropolitan cities, over on the mainland, Vancouver, Toronto, Calgary, those homes are taking a lot longer to sell. And those typically are a lot of who our buyers are today in the Comox Valley and Campbell River area. They are people that are migrating over to Vancouver Island, and those people have not been able to sell their homes. Having said that, I had a call last week from a young couple that had been here vacationing and not really looking at properties. However, when they got back home, they phoned and said, "We've got an offer on our property." And they were in shock because it had been on the market since December. Now, our market is about 30 to 50 days for homes to sell right now. Their market, as you can hear, is considerably different. And I think it's the lack of sales in those markets that are affecting our market. Now, it's not 100% the answer, but it has a little bit to do with everything that is going on. Now, Yoakum notes that well-priced, high-quality properties continue to garner multiple offers, but realtors are seeing more offers significantly below the asking price, and not just the asking price, but the assessed value. Now, there are a lot of buyers out there that do not need to take a mortgage. And that is where we're seeing movement within the market. At least that's what I am seeing. I know that I've done 5 deals in the last month, and not one of those buyers needed to take a mortgage. So that is a good indicator of some of the buyers that are out there right now, as well as first-time buyers seem to be still in the marketplace. And here's why: because properties in this area that are under $700,000 are ones that seem to be selling a little bit quicker. And if I'm a first-time buyer, my real estate agent is going to be telling me that if I'm not buying now, each time one of those lower-end properties sell, the next one is going to come on the market a little bit higher. So you need to know, if you're sitting on the fence, how the real estate market is going to work in the area that you're looking. So let's continue on our report here. I love reading the articles in the news and then sharing them with you. And I thought this was really interesting. Over here on the right-hand side, it says Metro Vancouver real estate heating up again. This was in today, Saturday's article that I Googled. And when I actually opened up the story, because I was quite shocked by it, I thought, oh, really? Okay. So I opened up the article, and May the 8th, 2023 is when this article was written. But had I not opened it, I would have only read the headline from CTV News saying that the Vancouver market was heating up again. So you see how absolutely misleading articles can be if you don't open them and read them. Yes, we know the Bank of Canada cut the key interest rate to 4.5% last week. This is also going to help stimulate a little bit of activity in the market. The next rate cut is presumably going to be the first week of September. And they say there probably is going to be another 3 consecutive cuts, probably a quarter point at a time, as we watch how the economy is handling inflation right now. Canadian real estate won't get a boost from the next rate cut. Well, that has yet to be seen because it just happened. So we'll report on that article next week. Wave of mortgage renewals drives owners to list homes, analysts say. Yes, I have heard a number of people that are putting their home on the market, mostly because they have that variable rate, and that variable rate is still quite high. It hasn't been coming down as much as a fixed term rate has. Having said that, I'm going to talk to you about the properties that are coming on the market, and it's not necessarily the renewals of mortgages. Canadian real estate faces the worst market since 1990 recession. Now, if you read that, it would make your heart jump. But if you clicked on it and opened up the article, what you would find out is they are talking specifically about high-rise condo, not low-rise condo, high-rise condos in Toronto and investors. So that is what this article is all about. So if we keep reading all these negative articles, we're only being misled by the real estate market. So Vancouver home sales fall by 19% in June as inventory continues to build. This is a correct article. And guess who put this out? This was put out by the Greater Vancouver Realtors. So what used to be called the Greater Vancouver Real Estate Board, they are telling you what is happening in the market. And they are the ones that know what's happening in the market, just like our Vancouver Island Real Estate Board puts the numbers out. And that is the truth behind what's happening in our market. And I'm going to review those numbers with you here shortly. So what are the new tenancy laws in BC in 2024? And there seems to be a non-stop amount of government regulations coming in, from new rules to new taxes. And I personally think this is what's affecting our real estate market a little bit as well. So if we take all these little bits and start adding them up, we start having an answer behind what's happening in our marketplace. So now there's so much uncertainty in owning rental properties. And I'm not talking about these big companies that own 20, 30, 50 properties. I'm talking about the mom and pop and the small investor that owns 1, 2, a couple of properties. And they are starting to feel a little shaky about those investments due to the fact that they are being told more and more how they can handle their real estate investment. And the newest effective July 18th, so that happened a couple of weeks ago, the notice period to evict your tenants only for the reason of personal use or for caretaker use will increase from 2 months to 4 months. That's not really a big deal to some people. It is a big deal depending on which direction the market is going. So if it is becoming a seller's market, it's becoming harder for a first-time buyer or buyers to wait that 4, and usually it's a 5-month period. It also depends on how interest rates are going. So in this particular case, I see it as not so bad for buyers because they actually can't buy the property until, let's say, 4 or 5 months from now. And the word on the street is interest rates are going to continue to go down. So that could be a good scenario, in fact, for a first-time buyer to move quickly, or a buyer in that price range to move quickly, opposed to the seller who's going to have to keep waiting. Now, if you're waiting for prices to increase because interest rates are coming down, you're going to be caught in a catch-22. So this is a really, really good scenario to talk to your real estate agent about. So what's happening with our numbers? Well, we can look April, May, June, and you can see they have gone up slightly, slightly, slightly. But what we're going to look at is we're going to look at our micro market here in the Comox Valley and the Campbell River area. So if we look at how many homes came on the market back in April, we were looking at about 1,271 properties coming on the market. And then you look again to May and it jumps up to 1,433. Now let's have a quick look at June last month, and we are at 1,566. So you can see our inventory is rising, and that tells me sellers aren't sitting and waiting. They're putting their homes on the market right now. If we have a quick MLS summary from June, you can see that the Campbell River area is actually down 36% in the number of sales in detached homes over last month, and look at it over last year. You can look at the Comox Valley area, and it has maintained. It is very much the same. 77 in June, 78 in May, and 76 a year ago in June. So that's a pretty stable market in the Comox Valley. Let's have a look at single family benchmarked priced homes. Campbell River has dropped about, I'm going to say, $8,000 over last month. So it's come down a little bit. Year over year, it is up. However, the Comox Valley, it has gone up. It's gone up about, I'm going to say, $9,000 over last month. And it has also gone up year over year. And they say it's risen year over year in both markets by about 6%. Apartments, we have the same thing. They've dropped a little bit, about $3,000 in the Campbell River area, and also the same for the Comox Valley area. So it's not a significant drop, but it has come down a little bit if you're looking at the condo market. In the townhouse market, we are up about $3,000 in the Campbell River area. However, the Comox Valley area is down about $2,000. So you can see the markets are starting to contract in certain areas in certain product. So if we look at our market on who are buying properties today, as I was telling you earlier, we have a lot of estate sales happening right now. At least I am dealing with a lot of estate sales, probate sales. We also have a number of people that are purchasing properties that do not need to take financing. So they're in a way stronger position than most buyers. But we also have that first-time buyer that is out here because they do not want to sit on the fence, because each time a home sells under, let's say, that $700,000 mark, the next home that comes on the market is going to be a little bit higher. So that seems to be who our buyers are right now in this market. If we look at our July numbers, we are down a little bit on listings if I look at the week over week from last month in June. However, it's the sales that are telling us the story. The sales have dropped by almost just week over week. That's like a 50% drop. That does not mean that's month over month, as we saw the Comox Valley area in the earlier slides and the Campbell River area. I just like to do these weekly snapshots each month when I do my market updates. Here are a few properties I'd like to tell you about right now. I've got Henderson Avenue with a price drop of $100,000 down to $748,000. It's a cute little 2-bedroom and den backing onto the golf course. It is down in the Saratoga Beach area, which is an absolutely amazing area to live in, and I would know because this is where I live myself. Then I have this lovely property on Lambeth. The actual entrance to the property is off of Regent Road. It's right across from Shelter Point Distillery. So the farm across the fields is absolutely beautiful, and that's the ocean on the other side. And this property has lots of fruit trees on it. It's asking $789,000. It does need a little bit of work on the inside, but what a great little investment in a nice area. I have a lot 28 on McClary. McClary's down in the Saratoga Beach area. Asking price is $488,000. I am working together with a wonderful home designer, Darren Bell, who can make beautiful designs of different ideas of properties that you might have in mind, as well as a couple of home builders, Panoramic Homes, who built a home down in this area. I've been speaking with Bob also. And we have a mortgage broker that can talk to you about financing for building a home. So if you're interested in getting the exact home that you want for your retirement, then give me a call and let's start working with the professionals to see if we can get you into a property. This house on Longview down in Bowser is a really nice downsizing property. It's kind of like a patio home idea, only it has a couple of bedrooms upstairs, which could be for your guests or your children when they come to visit. It is a lovely property, and that's such a beautiful area down in Bowser. Asking price is $978,000, and it's just about 1,900 square feet. This beautiful townhome behind Thrifty's in downtown Courtenay. This is such a beautiful property. The finishings are very high end and it's lovely. It's got a gated little backyard. It has 2 primary bedrooms and a really nice office area downstairs, which could also be a guest bedroom for when people come to visit. It's just a lovely property. And if you're looking in the townhouse market, make sure that you put this one on your list to view. I have that commercial property on the corner of Piercy and Cumberland Road, right next to the other property on Cumberland Road. And these would be a nice little assembly opportunity for someone that's thinking of maybe doing some type of big investment in the Comox Valley area. Give me a call. I can give you the details and the specs on each one of these lots. The little property on the Island Highway, such a cutie pie. This is now sold. It is a new owner moving in next month. This property on Coleman Road has an accepted offer. We are just waiting to finalize the probate details on this property. Kit Crescent, I put that on the market just 2 weeks ago. We had an offer accepted immediately, and it is now sold as of 2 days ago. The little house on Driftwood, just across from the ocean. I could have sold this house 3 times. What a beautiful little home, and congratulations to my sellers on the sale of their property. This little house on Edgett was a little manufactured home. I put it on the market. We sold it really quickly and for the highest price in the park. And congratulations also to my sellers there. The lot on Lake Trail Road that was on the market for quite a long time. This property is now sold, and I'm very happy for the people that purchased it. So there we have it. That is our market update for the end of July. My name is Heather Clifford, and if you are thinking about putting your home on the market, or you just want to know a little bit of information, don't hesitate to give me a call. I love to chat real estate. If you're a buyer looking to buy in this area and you'd like some further details, don't hesitate to reach out. My name is Heather. I'm with eXp Realty, and enjoy your summer.